Most veterans PCSing to Florida focus on the wrong threat. They worry about the headline-grabbing hurricanes that might blow through once a year, but they completely ignore the silent enemy that attacks every single day, the humidity. The Sunshine State marketing presents a postcard image of palm trees and ocean breezes, but the tactical reality of maintaining a property in a subtropical environment is far more aggressive. The Florida sun isn't just light, it's an abrasive force. It degrades roofing shingles twice as fast as it does in the north. It turns exterior paint into chalk in a few seasons. And it transforms your dream home into a massive drain on your BA. If you don't understand the Florida heat factor before you sign a contract, you aren't just buying a home, you're buying a maintenance nightmare that will haunt your bank account for years. The mistake most veterans make is assuming a house is a house, regardless of geography. They move from San Diego or Colorado and buy based on the open concept kitchen or the size of the master closet. In Florida, you must buy for the thermal envelope. If you ignore property orientation, you are walking straight into a thermal trap. A house with a massive wall of glass facing west is essentially a solar oven. From 3:00 p.m. until sunset, that sun will hit your living room like a heat lamp, and your AC will never catch up. You'll end up with a $400 monthly electricity bill and a backyard patio that remains unusable from June through September. This briefing is about the cooling blueprint. We are looking past the aesthetics and focusing on the science of building materials and lot placement. We're mapping out the thermal high ground so that when you relocate to the Florida Mission Zone, you are equipped to control your environment rather than just surviving it. Strategic real estate isn't about finding a place to sleep, it's about mitigating risk factors before they become financial liabilities. The thermal trap is a reality for thousands of homeowners who fell in love with Florida charm without checking the Florida efficiency. Consider a classic older home. It has high ceilings and large windows, but underneath that aesthetic is R19 insulation and a 15-year-old AC unit. In any other state, that's a minor upgrade. In Florida, it's a financial ambush. During a typical July, an unconditioned attic can reach 140 degrees. If your insulation is degraded, that heat isn't staying in the rafters. It's radiating through your ceiling and forcing your AC to run 2,500 hours a year. The average lifespan of an AC unit here is 10 to 12 years, nearly 30% shorter than the national average, simply because of the workload. When you buy into this trap, you lose the use of your home. You end up closing off the Florida room because it's too hot to sit in, essentially living in a dark cave just to keep the temp below 80 degrees. This is why I advocate for the new construction shield. Buying new in Florida isn't a luxury, it's a strategic pivot. The 2026 energy codes act as a physical barrier between your wallet and the environment. We are talking about high-impact windows, radiant barrier roofing that reflects 97% of radiant heat, and blown-in R38 insulation that keeps the cool air where it belongs. Let's look at the math. On a $500,000 new build in Northeast Florida, your energy bill might average $150. In a 1990s-era home of the same size, that bill is easily $350. That $200 difference is the equivalent of roughly $40,000 in additional purchasing power on your VA loan. By choosing a home built to fight the heat, you effectively lower your debt-to-income ratio. Beyond the monthly savings, you gain mechanical peace of mind. With a 10-year warranty on your HVAC, your BAH stays in your pocket or goes toward equity rather than being lit on fire for an emergency repair on a Sunday afternoon when the heat index is 110 degrees. You are buying a 30-year insurance policy against the climate. In Florida, direction is destiny. The shade blueprint is the factor out-of-state buyers overlook until their first summer. The strategic play is a north-south orientation. A house that faces north or south minimizes the direct sun exposure on your windows during the peak heat hours, reducing your cooling load by up to 15%. If you are choosing a lot for a new build, the orientation of the backyard is your most important tactical decision. You want a backyard that is shaded in the afternoon so you can actually enjoy your pool or outdoor kitchen. We also prioritize low E-glass. Modern windows have microscopic coatings that reflect infrared light while letting visible light in. It's like a high-tech sun shield for your family. We even look at landscaping as a natural cooling unit. A well-placed oak tree on the western side can lower the surface temperature of your exterior walls by 20 degrees. We don't just walk the fence line, we map the sun's path to ensure your home remains a sanctuary. You can't talk about Florida without the hurricane protocol, but we don't lead with fear. We lead with engineering. Florida has the strictest building codes in the nation. If you buy a home built recently, you are living in a structure designed to withstand 130 to 150 mph winds. This starts with the continuous load path, a system of metal connectors that tie your roof to your walls and your walls to your foundation. A Florida engineered home is a single, unified structure. This isn't just about safety, it's about your wealth stack. These features qualify you for massive wind mitigation discounts. While a veteran in an older home might pay $3,500 a year for insurance, a veteran in a new build with full mitigation might pay $1,200. That's another $200 a month in found money. We also evaluate impact protection. Impact-rated windows provide a passive defense. They are always ready. This is a massive advantage for active duty members who might be deployed or on TDY during hurricane season. Your home protects itself so you don't have to. In a high heat, high humidity environment, maintenance is a tactical requirement, not an option. The Florida environment is actively trying to reclaim your property. UV radiation breaks down chemical bonds in paint and caulk. Once that seal fails, moisture enters. In this heat, moisture turns into rot and mold in weeks, not years. The logical play is to prioritize low maintenance materials during your maintenance recon. We look for fiber cement siding, like hardy board, because it is impervious to rot and termites, the two biggest threats to your structure. We favor masonry or stucco on the first floor to provide thermal mass and an easy-to-clean surface. Inside, we look for luxury vinyl plank or tile over carpet to manage moisture and allergens. We also analyze the HVAC logic. You need variable speed units that run at lower capacities for longer periods to effectively dehumidify the air, not just cool it. A house that is cold but clammy is a failure of engineering. The goal of this entire strategy is to ensure your home ownership doesn't become a second full-time job. You moved to Florida for the lifestyle, the beaches, the fishing, and the golf. You didn't move here to spend every weekend fighting a losing battle against humidity. The directive is clear. You must prioritize the thermal envelope over the cosmetic finish. You can always swap out a light fixture or a countertop, but you can almost never change the R value of your walls or the orientation of your lot. Stop being a spectator in the real estate market and start being a strategist. Your next step is to download my weatherproof blueprint checklist. We use this exact tool to calculate the true cost of ownership for every home we scout. It covers the big three: energy, insurance, and maintenance. This data ensures you don't get ambushed by hidden costs after closing. Click the link, get the checklist, and let's find the high ground, where your home is efficient, your insurance is cheap, and your wealth building is automatic. I'm Darian's avatar, and this is the Florida Veteran Real Estate Podcast. Everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. The Florida Veterans Real Estate Podcast is brought to you by Exit Inspired Real Estate. All information is for educational purposes. Consult a professional before making financial decisions. Equal housing opportunity.